So hello, once again you are welcome to Ezido Multi Enterprise. So we are the free solar energy class experts. So funny enough, our solar energy class is free. As we have said before, we are bringing the knowledge of solar and solar installation to everybody at the comfort of their home at your preferred time. Anytime you can come back to our videos. So it's at your preferred time, and also it is free of charge. You don't need to pay a dime. So that's last week, or sorry, last on Monday, our previous class. We just talked about an introduction into solar energy, and we talked a lot. So if you have not seen that video, go back and check, and you see it. This is our second class, and this is the second lesson about solar energy and solar installation. So let's go to today's business proper. We'll be talking about safety principles in solar energy. Safety principles. Safety is one of the most important things in anything that we do. Even as a country, Nigeria, we have the police, we have the soldiers, all just for safety. So in solar energy, there is a lot of things that needs to be put in place as an installer, even as a someone who wants to be a tutor. You have to know all these things so that you'll be able to implement them and not get into trouble or put someone into trouble. Why do we think that safety is important in the first place, especially when working with solar system? Um, we can never overemphasize safety. Everyone needs to be safe. Everyone needs to be safe. Just stay safe while working in or using solar or doing solar installation rather. So solar safety is uh, is something that we can never overemphasize. So because there are a lot of hazards while working on solar systems. There are DC hazards and there are AC hazards. What is DC and AC? DC and AC is just a definition of two different type of currents. We have the DC current, direct current, and the AC, alternating current. This direct current is being produced in the panel side and also in the battery side, while the alternating current is produced in the other side of the inverter, that is the output side. So, and these two things are very dangerous. If you don't know them, you play with them. So a child wey no know snake go call am rope, and it is very dangerous. So this is why you have to be very careful and listen very well. The first one is the DC. You see, the direct current from solar panel is a continuous current. It keeps flowing as long as there is sunlight, and this thing can cause severe burn to the body. You see, just take a look at the solar panel and the wire. It is similar to a water hose and water inside, but in the terms of in the case of solar panel, it is like a hose fire. So that is why we have to be very careful about that. Can cause burn, severe burn, and can cause muzzle lock. So what is muzzle lock? Muzzle lock is a situation whereby someone touches the live wire, DC live wire with their bare hands, and they find it difficult to open that arm and let go of the wire. The muzzle will lock because of the interaction between the DC current and their nervous system. It will make that person to just close his palm or just, so that is how it works. It will lock the person in there until maybe some intervention, the system is being shut down or the wire is cut or one thing or the other. So it is very, very dangerous. And the alternating current, the AC current from the inverter, we all know is the same thing as the NEPA, the national grid that we have. It can shock anything. So this is very, very important for us. And both of them are very, very dangerous. So we must treat any wire you see on site, treat them as live wire until you yourself have tested and seen that, oh, okay, this one is safe. Treat every wire on site as live wire in order to stay safe. So there are safety tools and PPEs that we can use to protect ourselves during installation or when we are on solar sites. We need this instrument to protect ourselves. The first thing we look at is the insulated gloves and boots. In these insulated gloves, what it does, it helps to protect against electric shock because of the insulated palm it has. The insulation is made of rubber, such kind of material, and it is difficult for current to pass through. So, and also it gives an advantage because the rubber is kind of a bit almost sticky, especially for those working on roof. So it gives you that protection, and the safety boot also protects your feet against any danger that can occur. In case of nails, talking of sharp object or any other thing, the safety boot is there to protect you. The multimeter and testers, they are very, very important in solar work. I've seen a situation where some installers who claims to be professional wants to check if a panel is producing current. They take the positive and negative terminals of the panel and strike it together to see if there is actually spark. This is highly unprofessional and it should be avoided. The simple tool is there for you to use multimeter to check and get the accurate reading of your voltage. And if you also want to check the current, you can also do that with an ammeter or a sorry or an ammeter or a a clamp meter. So you can do that and get your reading that you need. And also the tester is used to test the AC output, just like you can see on the picture. It is very, very important, and we need to have all these tools on hand before venturing into any work. Safety helmets. You see, this safety, the head is very, very important. If anything happens to the head, the person can become useless for life. So that is why it is very, very important. Solar panels are very, very heavy. Solar panels installers work with hammers, they work with drills, they work with screwdrivers, they work with many things that can cause damage to the head. So it is very, very important for everyone, even those visiting the site, to wear a safety helmet because anything can fall down at any time, at any place. So we just need to be protective, protect the head, and and do your work and get your profit instead of spending it in hospital. And also, when working on roof, we need the safety harness. Harness. This one is quite very, very unpopular with solar installers around us. You see many solar installers are now improvising to use rope to tie around themselves and one thing or the other. Get your harness. Your harness, belt yourself to the roof, and there is no problem. You can safely walk at even as steep as any roof can be, you can safely walk on them. So it is very, very important. So there are things that you need to do while handling solar panels on roof. There you need to be very, very careful. I can remember a time when I when I break many of these rules and I almost paid severely for it because I fell and the solar panel was coming down towards me. It was, I don't know how God just saved me that day. So you can see, because panels are very, very heavy, I broke almost all the rules here. Okay, let us go to the rules. Panels are heavy and fragile, so you must handle with care. The surface is made of tempered glass, and if it falls with that surface, it's going to break. So you should handle with care. Don't lift it alone if it's too heavy. You see, when I said I fell, I was trying to lift the panel alone while I was on the ladder, and then something happened and the ladder gave way. And then I fell first, and the panel was coming down. So it was kind of hell of sight that day. So, but I survived. I escaped rather. On rooftops, always use harness. Walk in pairs. Avoid wet or windy condition. Always use harness. And when it's raining, do not climb the roof. Don't try to be too professional in that aspect. There are risks of fire and such protection bases that we have to talk about. Fire cannot just happen um, just like that. Something must lead to the fire. That is why this kind of protection that we want to talk about is such protections. Poor wiring can cause sparks and fire. You see what is on your screen. You see the kind of wiring that looks like juju. So when you call an installer who does not understand the basics of solar, they do whatever they like with you, and you can get into trouble. You can look at the batteries, those red tubular batteries. They are broken. One thing or the other have happened, and you see even the installer writing something there that do not touch what you don't know and putting his phone number. So that is a very bad kind of wiring, and it is very, very dangerous. It can cause a lot of burns both to the battery, to the inverter, to solar panels, and what have you. Look at damaged solar panels because of poor wiring. And in the course of this class, we'll teach you how to wire a in the course of this class, we'll teach you how to understand wiring and how to do wire. And look at how people's investment got into flames just because of some little mistakes that people ignore. So this is a very big risk many people are taking when they don't put those basic protection into consideration. Use correct breakers, isolator, surge arresters. You see, look at the screen. You see a breaker, you see surge, you see voltage protector. All these things are very, very necessary. And in the course of these lessons, we'll teach you how to determine what size to use and when to use them. It is very, very important. And proper earthing. The house is without earthing is like a death trap for thunder and every kind of electrical leakages. So everything that we do, we must make sure that the solar system is properly earthed. That has earth, a working earth, and all connection must be earthed. Apart from that, if you have put in all these things into consideration and implement them in whatever work you are doing, you will find out that people will keep calling you for other jobs because none of your previous job is failing. So that is just the secret to success in this aspect of or in a solar. It is not a rocket science. It is something that is doable. So what we have been talking about is personal protection and also system protection. So we need to be protected all the time. We need to protect the systems that you are working on. You need to protect the investment of your customers. So thank you very much. Just like we have said, if you have any question, drop them in the comment section. By Friday, we'll give answers to all your questions, and also follow our page and continue to attend each class on Mondays by 6 p.m. and on Wednesday by 6 p.m. Fridays by 8:30 p.m. Thank you for joining us. And before we go, we'll have a little question for you. Question 1. Can solar panels shock you during rain? Listen to the question very, very well. Think before you answer. Can your solar panel shock when rain is falling? And what is the first thing to check before climbing a roof? Drop your answers in the comment section. See you on Friday. Bye.